Yeah, I'm not sure why that was on there.
Yeah, I know, but it was on there whenever I popped up. So, hey, good evening, everybody. Ray Burke, Doug Gore, Dougie Doo.
And Ray's being a bad influence on me. I'm just saying. But it's good. Anyhow.
Oh, this is a Monday Scotch right here.
A Monday Scotch all the way. Oh, let me see here.
So part of the reason that I'm like actually dressed up today was I get a call at about 5:30, and I've been in the shop all day just working on crap. Had one of those weekends where we were, knocking out a large project this weekend, and then had a beach day this weekend for one of the trucks. They went down to St. George Island, and then the third truck just started just screwing up just royally. Because we had gone to do a roof at the end of Saturday shift. We had a little touch up on a roof. So I spent the day in the shop kind of tracking those problems down, and wound up being check valve. We'll go into that. We should actually talk about that later. What's that? Yeah,
check valves. We all love check valves.
But then about 5:30, I'm picking up my grandson, and I get a call going, "Ray, the truck is stuck." And I was like, "What do you mean the truck is stuck?" Like, the flatbed's stuck. And I knew the job that they were on, and they actually drove it up the driveway instead of parking it on the street. And it's a hill, and it's our long flat. We have two flatbeds. It's the longer of the two flatbeds, and then it's got a Tommy gate on it too. So it's just solid iron, and it dug into the asphalt. And so by 6:30, 7 o'clock, I'm over there, jacking. Well, by 6:30, we got it undone, jack the back of the truck up, and wound up taking a rust stain remover, can, and making like a skid plate or bottle, made a skid plate so it would slide across the asphalt. And I was such a mess and such a greasy nightmare. And I was like, crap, I got to go live with Doug. So I was like, and I haven't done this for my office for the last few times just because of all the stuff that's been going on in my life that you know about. And so I'm like, what the heck? I'm going to go clean up. And so the pretty spray wash shirt was the one hanging up in the closet. So I cleaned up for you.
and you look beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I was going to say, even just like a piece of plywood, you could set it back down.
That's what I was looking. I was like, do I have like a we keep them in the trucks a lot of times for pulling the lift. I usually have them in the back of my truck, but I just cleaned my truck out, like a complete clean out of my truck. What's today, 17th?
Yep, 17th.
Yeah, for some photos that we had to do, I cleaned everything out of my truck 17 days ago. And, but I kept these 18-inch square plywood, quarter-inch plywood for whenever we have 50-foot tow behinds to, the 4 outriggers that come down. And we'll put those 18-inch squares of plywood. So, they were gone. So like I said, I literally found an empty bottle of rust stain remover, stepped right on squished it down and made a skid out of it. So the back corner of that Tommy gate could slide across the asphalt after we jacked it up.
Been there, done that. The funny thing for me, one of the last times with one of my trucks, one of my guys took it out in a field, and just after, torrential rains here in Louisiana, and it's like he's stuck out there. And I'm like, what are you even doing out there? There's other ways of accomplishing this. You didn't have to go out there to go through that particular gate, kind of a thing. But it is what it is. Just tied some rope to him, and I created a great big old muddy mess by dragging him out, but it worked. So anyhow.
I remember one time, you're talking about a big muddy mess. Somebody's SOMD is really saying some nice things about you. You've got him buffaloed. But
I think, hey, and I hope you'll share your name with me. I think I know who that is. And I think it's Jamar, but I could be wrong. so I hope you share your name with us.
But I remember the guys washing a driveway, long driveway, and they had pulled the truck, and there's no way you park on the road because this is a 300-foot driveway. But where they did park and pull off into the grass, which was a parking area, was also the water collection area for that driveway. Which, and it was Jamal, you were close. So,
there you go.
But, so at the end of the day of them washing this 300-foot driveway, of course, all the water goes there into the tires underneath it, and they go to pull out. And of course, they're stuck. They're just stuck like Chuck. And, ironically with employees, so many times they don't think like, we would do, and they just keep trying. And the last thing they want to do is to call you, and say, boss, I got the truck stuck. And they keep just grinding and grinding and grinding. And next thing you know, the truck is frame buried, where if they would have just said, stop, if they'd have just called them and stop, here's what I want you to do. Put a little, chalk that wheel a little bit, but no. So by the time I get out there, it's an hour of shovel work by the time I'm done to just replace the ruts in the people's parking area.
No, geez.
Yes,
I hate it when that kind of stuff happens because it's so avoidable, but it's part of the growth that you go through. You have to go through employees doing,
stuff,
Yeah, I don't want to say stupid stuff.
I don't want to say stupid stuff because it's just stuff. It's stuff that happens. Yeah. And God bless them. And they're out here working for me for a wage and trying their hardest. And I've, at 51 years old, I've got a lot more experience with getting trucks stuck than a 30-year-old guy does. So I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, you're a moron, because he's not, he just doesn't quite know how to deal with getting a truck unstuck.
And we've been there and we did it before we knew what to do. Which is a great kind of little segue into this too, because part of this and what we were going to say a little bit about was, just valuing our time and valuing pro and making sure that people understand, we're charging for our services and we're putting emphasis on pro members and those sorts of things. And it's not because we've forgotten where we came from. We know exactly where we came from. We know exactly the money that we didn't have when we started and those sorts of things. And the education that wasn't out there when we started. There was an educational source. Not and I won't even say it was a bad source. As far as that's concerned.
No, and there's some of them that are still out there. In fact, you and I had a long talk. I was out measuring a building at Florida State the other day, and you and I were having a long talk about some of the old internet forums, that were out there. And I would assume the libraries are still out there, and they were pretty decent sources of information. But now Facebook has taken over, and
the thing that sucks about Facebook the most, though, is I don't find it to be user friendly in the searches like the old forums were. The old forums, you could do some searches and you could find some stuff that with Facebook, you're like, I just posted that like last week and I can't find it. I posted it,
People would call me on Spray Wash, Academy. Oh my God, did you see this? And no, I did. And I'm literally looking at Spray Wash Academy on Facebook right now, and I don't see it,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Barry did that about the barrel tile roof cleaning out. Yeah. Thank you very much. I was real happy to do that, and I'm doing that. I posted that a lot of places, Barry, and it's out on YouTube for anybody to watch. But I'm doing an extended version for Pro because we've got lots of video footage and drone footage and showing how we tied off on it and how we stayed safe on that building. So as soon as I get a chance to edit, I'm gonna toss that out there. I see MTH is in the house with us. What's happening?
Mm-hmm. In Wild West Services.
Yes, sir. We've got a good YouTube showing out here tonight. But it's been exciting few days. So it really has been. So
very good. I've had some exciting feedback on the I can't even think of the name of the course now. The
Packages?
objections and sales.
Yep.
I've had some really good feedback on that, so I appreciate y'all for that, because I like to see that. I like to hear that. We like to know where we stand in our courses and our classes and that kind of thing.
Is that one of the free ones for pro members?
The free for pro members, yeah. Oh, okay. I was getting off track here because we do that and we get up. So I want to let everybody know we never got to discuss. Ray, did we pick out a class that's going to go with the class, the plant and property class for the huge convention?
I love my government sales.
You want to do government sales?
Mm-hmm.
Is that going to be it? Going once?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with giving away the market. I'm good with giving away the government sales. You know how clear and dear that is to my heart. So.
All right, so that's what we had kind of talked about. So look, just want to make sure that everybody knows that the huge convention, if you sign up for the plant and property class at the huge convention, you're not only going to get the plant and property class online, but you're also going to get the government sales class that Ray did. How much is that class? $500 or $400?
I have no idea. I hate to say it. I don't know. I've been so crazy, lately.
But anyhow, it's gonna be a huge value to do that. We're only going to have 50 seats that we can sell there at the huge convention. So I want to make sure everybody knows that. Be a great time to get in there. The class for the huge convention is going to be the $499. If you can, if you're a pro member, it is still half price. So you get the half price for the plant and property protection class there at the huge convention. Plus, you get it online. Online's, I think, a little bit better. I mean, I like to learn in person, so I like the in-person interaction. But there's going to be more content online just because we're not under a time. Any kind of time constraints. And then also the government sales class will go with that class at the same time, which I think is a huge thing. If you're looking into getting into government sales, that's it. There's our shameless promotion. Cheers.
If you wanted to sign up, I'm just putting Spray Wash Academy because I've got the right there. If somebody wanted to sign up for, and I don't have the link to sign. If somebody wanted to sign up for pro, go there to our Kajabi. You can sign up there. I don't have the class for huge. Sorry. By Thursday, I'll have that live. Are we doing it Wednesday or Thursday as our second show?
Thursday.
Okay.
So forget the announcement. We'll announce the same thing on Thursday.
Yeah.
When all the links are live.
Yeah. MTH is saying finding a second work truck and a trailer that isn't $1 million is crazy. Market is bone dry. So yeah. I've been hearing that it is a tough market for work trucks out there right now.
Well, it also, I think, depends on what you're looking for. I know the owner of Cajun Soft Wash was able to go out and find an F-350, and he got a decent price on it, and got it in Florida, which I got several of my trucks out of Florida. Florida seems to be the good place for lower price trucks, so that's a good place to look around. I know my truck's on eBay, believe it or not.
I know we just had a discussion over in pro on Facebook and on the pro side about a special place to get trucks at, where I actually got most of my work trucks, and Tyler Bunch. Tyler's a good friend of mine, and Tyler was going to actually go and pull the trigger and buy like a new work body. F-250 work body up there, $50,000-$60,000. And I was like, Tyler, please don't do that. I was like, just bide your time a little bit, and you can find it, and you can find one. I promise you. And sure enough, within a month of our discussion, one fell into his lap for like $4,500.
Well, isn't he also buying? I don't know if we're allowed to say. I guess it wouldn't be a problem, but he's buying a trailer, isn't he?
He bought a very nice big trailer from Bobby Fig.
Yeah.
He's up there picking it up right now. Maybe just got home with it. Beautiful
awesome.
Big gooseneck with a reclaim. Tyler's one of those guys that he went and moved. He moved markets, chasing a woman. Then he moved back to his home market. and, young guy. And I love me some Tyler. And he finally this year he got focused, and he is absolutely killing it. Already made more, I think, in the first quarter of this year than he did all year last year, because he buckled down and focused, and he's just like, this is what I want. I want to be a beast.
If you're, this is the time of year that you should be not yawning at everybody. That's number one. But this is a time, you should be yawning at everybody. You should be so tired because you're so busy this time of year. It's not even funny. This is the time of year where everything goes crazy. And like we've said before, you can't gauge this time of year towards, your entire year. This is the time of year where everything is happening. So
absolutely. Manuel wanted to know where the huge convention is at. The huge convention is in Atlanta, Georgia this year. In fact, here is your web address for that. I highly recommend. Is the discount code still going on for Spray Wash?
Discount code $50 if you sign up with Spray Wash as your discount code. I think it was working for multiple tickets. Now I think it's only working for one. I'm not positive on that. No. But sign up Spray Wash as your promo code and get you $50 off, get you a ticket, and definitely go. Whether you come for the event the day before where the Spray Wash classes and the pro class and all that, or you don't, you still should go to the huge convention. We talk about this all the time, the camaraderie, the people that you meet, the stuff that you get to learn there, the after hours, all the classes that you get during the convention. It's an awesome thing, and you learn so much. It's not even fun.
It really is amazing. The camaraderie, the getting to see the friends, getting that's actually Tyler who we're talking about.
That's who we're talking about.
That's Tyler that bought it. Bobby is saying that utility trailer prices are crazy, almost double what they were 12 to 18 months ago. Somebody said, do we ever work? Yes, unfortunately, we do. All right.
I spent way too much time in front of the computer now.
Here's a new guy. First 6 months in, I made about $5,000 this month after ad spending. Thank y'all for wow, that is really good. A $5,000 month.
Wow.
Second year be different because I have clients building up. 100%.
That's awesome.
But you need to make sure, but don't assume that because you did a great job for your customers, they will remember you. You need to be proactive and get MailChimp, Constant Contact, some type of write it down in Notepad and send something in if you don't want to go to the monthly expense and send something in Outlook and say, hey, this is Big Head, pressure washing. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. All I see is your handle out there. Just send them something quarterly. We do a newsletter-ish type thing through Constant Contact quarterly to our customers. Because to me, the worst feeling in the world, just where oh, that's Joe. Joe hasn't downloaded the stuff. So, hey, you're one to talk, Mr. RV camping man.
Yeah.
So anyway, going back to what Big Head said, to me, always the worst feeling in the world was whenever someone.
Wait. Stop, Ray. Stop. Let's play a game here because I already know what you're going to say. So you're the salesman walking up to me. And you're saying, hey, Doug, how's it been? And I say, yeah, I had my house cleaned once before, but I don't remember who it was.
Exactly. I remember, I'll answer the phones every now and here and thing whenever, Tanya is not available or the office manager couldn't do it. And it's just like, I had this nice, man wash my house, and I cannot remember the name of the company, but it seemed like they had a blue logo, and I'm sitting there. I was like, the house is on, and I'm sitting there typing into House Call Pro, and it's like, oh, Miss Johnson over on Dyer Haven. Oh my God, I called the right company. I'm sitting there going, I suck. I suck as a marketer. I suck as a business person.
You need to have some way to have those customers remember you. One of the best ways, I think, too. I mean, having those before and after pictures that have your logo directly on them, so that there's no mistaking. They go back to the pictures, but you need to keep up with. You need to keep track of. You need to put their phone number. When they call you, put it in there in your phone so that you can answer the phone. Hi, Miss Johnson. How are you today? That way, they know that you build that relationship with them. 100%.
Well, I mean, you know how huge I am on the before and afters, and all my commercial customers wind up getting this. In fact, let me share the screen. If I can give you a raise, a raise hint right now, I will. So let me put this over here and share the screen. For our there it is. So. For our commercial customers, they all get something like this. Here's one from June 19, a solar panel cleaning that I just pulled up. Solar panel cleaning June 19th, where shows we're harnessing, it shows we're scrubbing them with the pure water on there. We did some sign work for them and retaining wall. My commercial, we did the siding there. Oh, yeah. Those guys are not going to forget us anytime soon, because the commercial guys, and usually what Tanya always fusses at me, about why are you at the office still? Why are you still there? Why are you still there? Because, I have an absolute, I am anal about, I want the next day that commercial property manager walks in their office, the first thing they see in their email is, thank you for your business. The job went great. We had no problems. And here's some before and after pictures for you.
Yep. Always. I think that's one of the biggest ways to build, especially your customer base or your commercial customer base. I think it's very powerful for your residential base, but even more so for your commercial base. And the reality is, on your commercial side, once you have that client, it's yours to lose.
Exactly.
And if you don't keep up with them and they don't know who you are, you've lost them. And they most of the time, those commercial clients, they don't want to keep looking around. They really don't.
Yours to use this, and that's another tease right here. So I gotta play with this for a second. All right, let me clear. Where's she at? Where's she at? Right there. Okay. So if y'all see this, I'm gonna move my mouse over here. My first year in business, I washed my first house ever, 11/10 November 3rd of 2009. The dates are wrong up here. So here's my first year. And understand that my first year, I grossed $45,232 on there.
Woohoo!
Woo!
That's great.
I grossed what I do in a bad month now.
Isn't that awesome? Isn't that awesome looking back at those numbers? That was your entire year.
I don't mean that with any hubris whatsoever. I am just absolutely blessed. But you talk about that, and so I was sitting here looking at this earlier because I'm kind of segueing this into what I want to talk about a little bit later tonight, not right now. But okay, so right here, and I noticed, and this guy saw my truck and talked to me. Mark Tall was his name. He was the onus. He was the alpha of my TMH. He was the guy that started my relationship with Tallahassee Memorial Hospital. He was a facility manager there years and years and years ago. But anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about earlier. Talked about some of these comments because I want to go back to that thing of knowing your numbers on there. And that's kind of the meat that I'd like to kind of get into tonight. So, but a couple of comments. Somebody, again, it says Facebook user, can't wait to shake your guy's hand. Love it. You can buy me a beer. Well, buy Doug a beer.
There you go. Now, well, I prefer my Jack too.
So, somebody said so. Thoughts on shadow workers' comp? I have my doubts. The term shadow anything, I have my doubts on as well. And I've heard of these shadow workers' comp policies.
Shadow policies, I think what he's referring to is what I know as a ghost policy.
Uh-huh. Yep. And to me, it's a big no on that. I mean, any policy you have should be legit, regular. I had a friend who sent me pictures the other day, and he says, "Gosh, how do I survive this?" It was over the weekend. We were talking, and we were BSing back, and I was like, "Survive what? 3-car accident that his guy caused." None of your insurances should be shadow anything. None of anything should be anything other than legit, because what if his guy wasn't hurt, but what if his guy was hurt on there, and you're in a state that requires you to have workers' comp on there? You either have it or you don't have it, and not everybody has to have it. Florida, pressure washing, technically, you don't have to have it if you have less than 4 employees.
I'll take you one further too. I mean, many people already know, but we are currently in the middle of a lawsuit with. My wife was stopped on an apron. There was a railroad crossing. The train was going by and it had traffic stopped, and so she has a line of traffic here, and she's waiting on the apron. And when the train stops, all the cars are going. Well, there's traffic coming the other way. This lady darts across the traffic and hits my wife. Okay. And she's suing us. So my point in that is that it doesn't have to be your employees. It can be you. It can be anybody that's in your company vehicle. And you don't even have to be at fault to get sued for these things. So keep that in mind. I mean, that's an ongoing thing that we have going on right at this very, very moment. And it's a sad deal.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Somebody, people are talking about Doug, Doug, you can get a better background. I noticed Flannery, he's got you got the pressure washing outlaws up there today.
Yeah, I got the outlaws up here today. I got
gutter butter and
yeah.
I own 50% of gutter butter.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, because when we were in Myrtle Beach, I told Logan was out selling those stickers, and I said, "Yeah, I get 50% of the company," and he said, "Okay." I think it's a legally binding contract. I'm not sure.
I think that little man sold us a bill of goods because I did the same thing. I own half of it. You own half of it. Yet neither one of us.
50%. We got to call Pat and tell him he's out. Sorry.
Yeah. I think Logan's running. I think he's got a good thing.
I think Logan's got a little scam going. I think he really does.
I think. I'm not at my studio. This is actually just a room in the house, but I don't feel like driving to my studio to do that. So
Emmanuel said about the pictures and one of the best way to present your services. Absolutely. And I want to go back on here and share this again. So notice this, and what this is not just pictures. This is a PDF so it can open up anywhere and everywhere. And you see that whenever I've got pictures of my guys, I've got pictures of the guys harnessed in. I've got pictures of this and that. And I'm going to go in here right now and pull another one up just totally on the fly. Before and after let's see here. TSC. So here's one, Tractor Supply Company, June 2019. I'm just like literally doing them as they pull up. So Tractor Supply. Notice, so this is going to open. It's a PDF. It's going to open anywhere. I'm still got some wet on there. Oh, it shows that I have safety stuff out. It shows us in the middle of the process. It shows the before and after results on things. So the reason I really like doing it in a PDF as not just a photograph is that they can forward that, and it's a very small file size. It's tiny compared to a bunch of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I've literally got pictures of like at some of the larger commercial real estate firms, they pass these around like commercial, like baseball trading cards. Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, did you see what Spray Wash did for me this week? Did you see what they did? Do you remember, the Murphy building, how horrible it looked? Look what they did. And I'll have realtors or property managers call me from those places and go, wow, I saw what, Jack shared with our inner office email. And I've got some dirty properties. I need you to look at it.
On that same line, I've got one guy, one of my biggest and best clients, and in our discussions, he would say, "Man, I can't believe what you're doing." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he goes, "Every single place," because he manages multiple locations, right? And he goes, I'm getting calls and requests to, for your service. And I want that soft wash guy. I want that soft wash guy, right? So that's a bad thing because it's just the soft wash guy. So having that logo on there and sharing those around, it went from that soft wash guy to that Cajun soft wash guy.
Exactly.
And that's what I wanted, because if you're just the soft wash guy, well, which one? And then they got to go in and search for you, whatever, but they know exactly which one you are. And that's what you're building. Are you building a business for today or for tomorrow? No logo is today. Logo is for tomorrow.
And Barry Shields brings up a great point. Remember, any commercial client owns a house too. They live somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And Barry is such an amazing person. And I've watched Barry grow from small to just massive, and Barry's killing it, and he's such an inspiration.
That's one of the things I can say. If we sat here and tried to rattle off names, I mean, I couldn't. I would forget so many people. We talked about Barry and others that we've helped, and you get these phone calls and these. And you know what? Where did we meet most of those people at? We met them really at conventions.
At the conventions. We actually put a name with a face, when we met. Sorry. I got my Barry Gibb medallion on, so. Damn it. I gotta get it straight there. I'm actually wearing that. I was really proud of this. Tanya, we just booked, we're celebrating a special event, and we just booked. Tanya bought this for me. So last year we went to St. Thomas, and newsflash for you meet people. In fact, talking about conventions. So I met one of my closest friends, great friend of yours too, TJ Koloff. TJ Grace, we're like this, and I'm on top.
I was waiting for that.
But we actually went to St. Thomas last year together. We used our Marriott Club points, and we went to St. Thomas. And guess what? I traveled with another pressure washing company. So guess what? It was a freaking tax write-off. Boom. You
can't make money pressure washing. Ray, quit lying to people.
$10,000 vacation. But anyway, so I was in a store looking at this, and this is in Atocha. It's a Cobb or a Real. And I was in there, and Tanya went and surprised me and went into the store and bought it, because I've always loved pirate coins, and this is the nicest one that I've ever had in my life. I've got a couple of little small, really small, pieces of 8, but that's a whole piece of 8 right here. So minted in Bolivia. So that was it was awesome. It was amazing. It was really, really cool what she did for me.
That is a cool story too. And
Barry's by the way, they gave it to me like on the private charter boat that we had for the day too, where we went diving at Epstein's Island. It was kind of neat. So,
well, what would have been really cool is if while you were diving, she came down and dropped it, and you were able to pick it up off the ocean floor. But she wasn't that thoughtful.
Yeah. Hi, Span Mom of 3,000 and truck 3,300 in truck insurance. I don't even understand what that is. I wish I had. Tanya just changed our password to our QuickBooks, or I'd pull that up.
I think he's saying I
that.
spend $3,300 of a month on truck insurance.
Oh.
Maybe that's what he's saying.
My insurance expenses were absolutely unreal.
Mm-hmm.
My
son asked me. I mean, I think my insurance expenses for the year were, I mean, I don't remember them right off, so I could be wrong, but they were like 50, 60 grand for the year.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, between my workers' comp, between my $3 million of liability, between my, million, but we would float between 500,000 to $1 million, depending on, quarter of what projects we were doing on truck insurance. We were easily at $50,000 a year on insurance,
Manuel, I hope you will go to the huge convention. We're going to put up Thursday. We'll put up the link for the huge convention, the plant and property class there. It's going to be the biggest bang for your buck. And
if you want to join pro right there. Oh, actually, no. I'm wrong there. Yeah.
No, yeah, you don't. Well, yeah, you don't want
the
you do courses. You don't want to do www. But look, if you sign up for the plant and property class at the huge convention, you're not only going to get the plant and property class there at the huge, you're also going to get it online, and then you're also going to get the government sales at the same time. So it's all going to be packaged together as a promotion for the huge convention. And like I said, you'll get to see us in person. And I learn the most face to face. I learn in person. I like being in person.
Hell, I learn every time, and you realize every time we do this, we actually add to the digital version of it of new crap we learn. So,
yeah, and that's the other great thing about the online version is that it will continually get bigger and bigger and bigger. We're not pulling away from it. We're actually adding to it as people send us different things and as we learn different things in the industry that are coming out and things happening. So it increases all the time.
You know what's weird? What I hate about this, and Barry said plant and property. He's absolutely right. So Flip is sitting there saying, "What's up, Los?" So Los is sitting here saying
something.
I don't know where Los is. I don't see him in the comments. I hate this StreamYard freaking. I'm almost wondering if we don't go back just doing this, but I want to do it on YouTube too, as
right.
well. So
that's why we use this platform. We're trying to.
But I don't see where Carlos has commented anywhere, so I don't know.
Los is hiding in the shadows.
But obviously, Flip is sitting there saying something to him. So
yeah, he's responding back to him. So there's that. But
all right, so we were talking earlier about know your numbers. One of the most important things that you can do. So I'm going to go back over here, Doug, and go to. Hold on, I'm working on two monitors, and I'm not the smartest guy in the world technology-wise. So again, my first year. This is Ray's first year in business. And understand, first year in business, wasn't all that impressive. First year in business, wound up with a whopping $45,000 because I had about 16.
I think I beat you my first year.
What's that?
I think I beat you my first year.
Yeah, but I was. Yeah. Okay, whatever. So it's so important to know your numbers. It's so important to understand the cost of the job, what you've had to pay. I mean, all that great stuff. But already, as I said earlier, I still do work for some of these people. But I have what I invoice, the income on there. Did I collect it? Here's one, Miracle Plaza. I did not collect on that $1,000 job for what I don't know why. I mean, it's 10 years. It was 12 years ago. I don't know why I did not collect on that. That was one that I did for free over here. So I did my cost, like what was my outflow on here. So cost of each job, so I would put sometimes the cost like River Birch Hollow cost me $0 because I paid for it on the job before. I still had chemical left over. I still had gas left over from where I did that. Oh my God, Doug is gone. So I also had the
Sorry.
same, what I provided. No, you're fine. I was just like, I was sitting there talking. It's like, oh crap, I bored him to death.
No, like I said, you've been a bad influence on me. I had to go.
And then something else that we do, and we still do this to this day. Look here under column F: source, referral, referral, SSW, door hangers, cold call. Cold call was me literally going up to a dirty place and going, "Yo, shit's nasty. Let me clean it." Door hanger. People saw my BL was a referral source that I had. Door hangers, municipal work, and municipal started out as a cold call. But this is why it's so important to know your numbers. Marriott, Residence Inn. I did them in March. I didn't realize this, but Marriott owns 3 hotels in Tallahassee.
Mm-hmm.
I work for all 3 of the Marriott hotels at this point. And look, got that as a referral, somebody, like spreading my service away. I would keep my net from those. I would keep my time that I spent on them. Something else I did up here, look, and I would go and check where did the income. I got $4,600 from like my highest was municipal, 5,100. My referral was second highest. I did an ad in this thing called the Paper Mint. That was 1,800. My realtor referrals were 2,100. My leads group was something through the Chamber of Commerce that I went to. I got $2,100 in there. So I would really check, oh wait, my wrapped truck brought in 980. Now, this does not add up to 40 along in here. I only did that through part of the year, but that would teach me where, what's one of the things that they talk about, where does your marketing dollars go? Where are they best spent?
What's your best ROI? What's the return?
Yeah, what's the ROI? Also, what are the points where people are actually calling you on? You need to know that. Literally, everybody that you speak to, every person you speak to, you should say, how did you hear about us? How did you hear about us?
So the important thing to also mention here when Ray is talking about know your numbers is that knowing your numbers isn't knowing that I made a profit this month. It's not knowing that, my cost of doing business this month was $4,000 and my sales were $10,000, so my profit is $4,000. That's not it. That's only a very small portion of the picture. When you're looking at knowing your numbers, you want to know your numbers on virtually as much as you possibly can. So he's showing you that he knows his numbers on how many referrals he got. And how do you get that? You get that by asking them, how did you hear about us, right? How is this job coming about? You're not going to know that those numbers came from your truck or the wrap on your truck if you're not asking, how did you hear about us? Oh, I happen to see your truck. Yeah. And you write that down and you track that information, right? So you want to know if it's your truck, if it's your trailer, if it's your uniforms, if
exactly. Where does it come from?
Just having your shirts. Because I've had people tell me, so how did you hear about us? I saw somebody at a grocery store that had one of your shirts on.
My favorite one that I do, talked to this lots of times, is I would sit there and whenever I don't carry business cards on me on purpose. Now I keep my trifolds in my truck to give to people, but I will, and I usually have a spray wash shirt on. I usually have a dye sub spray wash shirt on. And people say, can I have your car? I'll be in Lowe's because I'm only there like 4 times a freaking day buying pieces of equipment that have broken. But say, hey, can I have your card? Absolutely. You can. Oh, darn it. I don't have my cards. I said, tell you what, take a picture of me. Because what happens with cards? People lose business cards. People literally, they put them in their wallet and they go to their wallet and throw it away. I'll say, hey, take a picture of my shirt. It's got my website on there. I've got my phone number, website, my name. I said, here. And so they'll take a picture. I'll go. And I have gotten so many calls from guys going, I was going through my phone and I was like, who is this goofy ass guy with 2 thumbs up, with and I remembered I met you in Home Depot or Lowe's and I want an estimate for my house. Thank you.
It's also the important side of, when somebody asks for your card, if all you do is give them your card, you're totally messing up.
Yeah,
because they're not going to call you most of the time. That's not really how it works. So what you do is you can give them a card, and I always suggest giving at least 2, right? But when you give them their card, get their information at the same time. I actually like your way better, Ray. But get their information so that you can call them and not have to worry about that. That's one of the things I try to impress upon my guys the most is, look, giving them a card, it does no good. You need to get their information so that we can call them.
One of the things that I want to and understand, I did this the hard way. I did this. I mean, I literally did this on an Excel or the Apple version of it.
There's a lot of programs out there now.
I mean, I did this years ago, but this was in 2009. This was 12 years ago at this point. I mean, this was a long time ago, but I knew enough that I needed to track this, and I actually have, the names and over in hidden columns, I have the email addresses and all that great stuff. I mean, it's so much easier now. I mean, with stuff like the House Call Pro, with stuff, it's just, I mean, it tracks it for you. It tells you, what happens on here. So.
What would be interesting? I don't know why I'm having this thought all of a sudden coming about me, but, like if you're in an area where they're having some sort of, I don't know, protests, or you happen to see a news organization out doing a story or whatever, and you've got a wrap truck, you should circle the block as many times.
Oh, do you remember whatever? I don't know if you remember the video that I put in Pro, the $65,000. Remember I did a video that's had like a lot of views on. Let me see if I can find it while we're sitting here talking.
Jim Bob just posted one.
I made $65,000 in 14 days or something on our YouTube channel, the Spray Wash Academy YouTube channel, and it was a tongue-in-cheek, jab at the people that said, oh, I make this and I make this because, I have never been one of those people to sit there and go, oh, well, we do this and we do that, because I think, figures lie and liars figure. I've never wanted to sit there and show a wad of cash. I've never said, oh, we did, $14,000 this weekend. True story. I don't like people doing that because it sets up unrealistic expectations. And if I say that I made $3,000 in a day, I guarantee you there's somebody out there that made $5,000 in a day that's just not bragging about it. Right. So I'm not a big fan of doing that. So that video in particular, I'm actually trying to pull it up right now. But we even had that was right in the middle of election season. And we had a Trump protest during that time. And so I'm out driving around. I even went over there and videoed part of the, I videoed part of the protest and put it in the video that I made. Had so much fun doing it, but I actually got a catch on the news of us driving through there. So it was really kind of fun.
Jim Bob just did one. You remember seeing that post? Jim Bob got on the local news because he was driving down the interstate. He saw brush fires starting on the side of the interstate.
I saw that.
He pulled over with his vehicle and he used his pressure washer to put out some of the fires and all that. Another guy jumped in and helped him. They ended up making the local news because of it. Anything you can do to get your name out there and get people to see you and what you're doing, those are all positive things. And then you take that and you put it on your Facebook page. Yeah. You put it on your Google My Business page. You put it on your, whatever it is. And, you promote that as much as possible and share that out as much as possible.
Here, I'm going to post that. I posted it in the chat. If anybody wants to click on that link later. I mean, that was a video that I made $65,000 in 16 days, and it was a very tongue-in-cheek, very tongue-in-cheek.
Let's talk about timeshare maintenance.
Oh, crap. What? Timeshare maintenance. I love it. Okay, there we go. Something's coming over with my YouTube. It's auto-starting. Thank God it wasn't the Pornhub.
Oops. There we go. We're all mini firemen. And then David flipping. There we go.
We really are.
Yeah.
See, David Herring. I don't see David Herring showing up anywhere on this little chat. So unless that's the Hey Fellas, but such good people.
That's what that next person is. That's going to be David Herring right there. It's saying, "Hey, Mr. Flip." So we can't see your name sometimes. That's why it's hard for us when we're looking at this and we're like, okay, who's that and who's what? Yeah. So
Big Head said he needs to make spreadsheets next. You really don't. What you need to do is go into Jobber, House Call Pro. What's the one that you used to use, Doug?
Customer Factor,
something like that.
Even QuickBooks, anything.
Yeah.
I would say get as far away from Excel spreadsheets as possible.
Absolutely.
Not because they're not good. They're great for the purpose that they're intended, but there are things out there that are just so much better, right, to including the one we talked about last week. What was that? The company cam? There are programs out there that are so much better, and they're getting even better as time goes on, that there's virtually no reason to be using some of this old school
I can do all of this in an Excel spreadsheet that's right here on House Call Pro. But why would I want to? Why would I want to? I mean, that's insane. It tells me right now that I'm owed $97,915.80. It shows that since I started using this program, I've made $5,737,000. It shows right here that from January 1 to April 30th, I've done $287,000 on here, I mean, it shows who my top techs are. It shows my estimates. What does it say on estimates? That I don't know what the date range is on here, but, I'm doing 54% of my estimates that I win.
And those are good numbers.
Don't try and recreate the wheel. Mm-hmm. Spend a little money and do it, And I want to do a disclaimer there that I didn't start using that program until about 2014. So I'd add a few $1 million onto it. So.
Yeah, that's the thing. Same thing here. I'm old school, and so a lot of my stuff was originally done on, like he did it on spreadsheets, and I did it on pen and paper. Yeah. I mean, it's just who I was, but I needed to know what my numbers were to be able to understand where I was going, what I was doing. When I spent money on EDDM, I used to sit down and figure out, okay, I spent $772 on this EDDM campaign, and my return, I got 2 jobs out of it, and it equated to, $850. I made, X number of dollars off of that campaign. That sucked. That way I can gauge and I can calculate
absolutely
where I'm spending my money at.
And what you're talking about there too, and I want to bring this up. If anybody ever looks at buying your business, they're not just going to look at saying, "Oh, you've got an incredible business. Oh, you've got
you have to have numbers."
It's not. Oh, look at the numbers. How good the numbers are on there. What's going to happen is they're going to want to know, how did you get that business? Oh, did you actually do this campaign? Where did your business come from? Because understand, everybody needs an exit plan in this business.
It's not only that, but it's also, how has that business been coming? Was all of that business done in August? You know, was the vast majority of your business in August, or is this a yearly event? Is this something?
Was it with one contract, or was this with 4 different contracts?
Yeah.
I mean, it's so important to save just all of these things. I mean, to have these numbers. So do you want to, if it's your goal to die as an old pressure washer, raise your hand. Seriously.
I didn't even start upwards.
Is this
I love the industry?
I want to work myself to death, and no, it's not. I mean, do you want to have a business you can either sell or pass on to your children? On this or two, sell, pass on to your children. I don't know, because you're not going to live forever. Pick one of the two, or close up and get nothing. It's ironic that the middle finger wound up coming for that, because you're really kind of, if that's your choice. I mean, and I didn't plan that out.
But it's true. But it's true. I mean, you really only have but a couple choices when it comes down to the end. We're all going to die at some given point in time.
Yeah.
It might be when we're that, just super old, or it might be that we get hit by a truck tomorrow, or hit by lightning because it's storming outside. We don't know when that time is coming for us. So that's why I'm always encouraging people to build for tomorrow. Don't build for today. And the whole purpose and the whole point behind that is very simply that tomorrow I have something that somebody wants. Today I don't. Okay. And I can build up to where now that day is today, and I had that day. Mm-hmm. So you build up to where you are now, you have something of value that either I didn't have to sell. I could have kept it. I could have passed it along to my kids. I could have done any number of things, but you have to, knowing your numbers is the point of this, and getting behind. If you're building your business for tomorrow, if you don't know your numbers, you're building it for today. You're building it for beer money. You're probably not saying that there's guys out there that don't know their numbers and aren't just killing it, because there are. Okay. But you'd be surprised at once I really started getting together and looking at some of the different numbers that I hadn't even thought about and putting them all together. It was amazing to me where we had been, where we went to, and the growth that we were experiencing, and, growing by about $100,000 per year. That was another number that meant something to me. I mean, could have been more, could have been less. I knew I could have done more, I could have done less, but that's right where I was at. I just talked to somebody the other day that's the track that he's on. Every year he's growing by $100,000 a year, so he's right there on track, and I'd love to see that.
Absolutely. And I was shocked because I always laugh, and people never, and I'm very serious about this. It's like, Tanya doesn't let me touch the schedule of the money, because I will screw them both up. I will destroy both the schedule and the money. So don't try to give me a check, and, don't tell me when to schedule it, because I'm going to mess it up.
Well, my wife doesn't let me have the checkbook. But I do schedule jobs. But whenever I finally got the QuickBooks password and I kind of tricked her into it, I was shocked, because I was like, "Oh my God, yeah, baby, $10,000 weekend." Oh wait, that lift was $2,500. That 140 JGL that I went and rented, cost $2,500 on there. Oh wait, hold on. I spent, $12,000 in insurance. And all of a sudden it makes you start realizing like there's a cost of doing business. The fuel, the brushes, the bleach, the towels, the rags, the one restore, all of these things add up, and you've got to know what those costs are. You need to know what does that truck cost you every single day it rolls out of there. And then not only that, but you need to know, if you're not on that truck, what does it cost you? Also, what does it cost you when you are on that truck? Because sometimes you're looking at it wrong. You're sitting there going, well, it costs me less when I'm on the truck because I don't have to pay the guy's wage. Dude, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay. You're looking at it the wrong way, because if you're not, unless that's what you want to do, then it's the right way. But you have to remember that you should be worth more off the truck than you are worth on the truck.
Absolutely. Wild West just said that. So it's all about time. Now, how do you know what time is? That's where you have to figure it out, because I know that on big projects, I'm in the middle of one of these right now, where I know that if I was, but I'm so busy on other stuff that I can't be on that project. But I know I had that project. I went over there and looked at the project, and I said, this is a 3-day Ray Burke project. It's going to turn into a 6-day project because I'm not there. Cracking the whip. I mean, sitting there going, do you there, bam, 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 bam. I mean, and I can get this thing assembly line worked out. Like this weekend, I had that nice big $12,000 project this weekend. I was there every day at it. I had 2 guys on one day. I had 4 guys on the second day. We got it done because I was there the whole time going, you there, do this, do that. And you're right, though. But you have to figure out, what is your time worth, and is it worth that, and is it worth that? And it's not always an equation, like a linear equation. I mean, some are worth more than others.
I was just talking about that with somebody today, and the conversation was along the lines of, it was more about concrete and pressure washing concrete, and where he started with, and the machine he started with, and the number was actually 30,000 square feet of concrete. And in that discussion, I told him what I personally could do. And I'm like, but you got to remember, the amount of concrete you do versus the amount of concrete your employees do is a different thing. It's hard to do. So you're naturally going to do more concrete. I hate to bring up Scott, because Scott.
Oh my God, Scott! Of course, he's knows.
Scott's not even here, so I guess
nothing. He knows nothing.
So, one of the things Scott and I talked about a while back was that, why is it that we get more concrete done than our employees do? Right. Even in a ride-on machine, right? I could do more than somebody else because I don't necessarily care about finishing this particular block. I'll go beyond that line. I mean, I'm going to make a nice line when I come back, but I'm not as concerned with, I got to go to this corner and then this corner and cut in this and this. I'm going to go out and do the maximum that I can do, that where I can still go back and rinse, and then I'm going to continue on. So where I find my guys, they'll pick out a little tiny square, and they'll do that one tiny little square and then rinse it off. Then they'll do another little tiny. They're wasting time. Right. Me, all these areas, then rinse it off. As long as it's not going to dry on me, I'm good with it. And then I love to go out in the rain and do it, because out in the rain,
it's cooler, it's nicer, and it's I'm sitting here looking like, why do I get more done? Because literally, I'll go and put, like right now, on my Facebook, the 2 books that I'm listening to, Guerrilla Marketing and 1,000 Social Media Tips, right there. Mm-hmm. I put the crap in and my guys will go and put in, Dropkick Murphys. Oh, but no, I'm going to listen to Metallica, and they're sitting there screwing around with their playlist. Let's face it, owners, we have a little bit different. Jacob Beal's actually listening to us on, and I'm not even going to.
Who's that?
Bother to,
Who's that?
Jacob? Some guy.
No, really.
Some guy. Don't know.
No, but speaking of that, I did hear Ozzy's coming out with a new album.
Hey, really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I guess he came out with one last year.
Geriatrically Howl at the Moon. I mean, that was the last one that I bought, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like 18 years old, but
Yeah.
damn, that's scary.
Yeah. Very, very scary. Anyhow.
He hasn't been the same since Randy Rhoads died. Sorry, I'm just old school like that. You know?
Yeah. Randy Rhoads would have been, I'm telling you, he was definitely one of the best. And where he would have ended up at, man, I'm telling you.
No telling, you know. And you know how he died too. Like they were literally camped out somewhere, and he was flying around, buzzing them in an airplane, and crashed the freaking airplane.
Yeah, it was. I think it was Ozzy's Castle kind of thing.
Epic way to freaking go out.
He hit the castle. They were flying around. Oh, he is watching. Oh, bummer. I was, hey.
Oh, damn it! He busted us.
Yeah, but no, Randy Rhoads, they crashed into the castle, I believe it was. That's what it was. They were out, farting around, and just, it is what it is. But that's just proof positive that you really don't know when your time is. So
you really don't. And also proof positive, don't do cocaine and fly airplanes.
Yeah.
Just gonna go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow. All right, so don't forget, huge convention. We will.
All right, let me do a banner up here again. Hold on, banner. If you have made us this long with us, this far, huge convention.
The huge convention. TheHugeConvention.com. You can sign up, get $50 off with promo code SprayWash. Remember to go 2 days early. And the reason for 2 days early is because the day before the actual huge convention starts are the day before classes. And so you want to get there 2 days ahead. That way you can be there for those classes and the nightly shenanigans that go on ahead of time and all that kind of fun stuff, which are fun and great to do. So, and then what we're going to do is for the Spray Wash Academy, we're going to be doing 3 classes. We're going to do the plant and property protection class. If you sign up with the link that will get put out by Thursday, you will not only get the plant and property protection class there at the huge convention, but you'll also get the online version of the plant and property protection class. Plus, you'll get the government sales class that Ray put out. And then we're going to also do we're doing a basics class.
We're doing the basics. Yes, we're doing the basics. So this is the fun part. Like literally, if you know absolutely nothing about washing, you're thinking about getting into it, we're going to do the whole basics part of it. You're going to say, hey, I know squat about this. We'll do the basics, which covers roof cleaning, soft washing, pressure washing. It's kind of a 101 course, and it's all good.
I thought Randy Rhoads died no, he didn't die in Leesburg, Florida, did he?
No, he did. Well, maybe it was it, but he might have, but he literally died in an airplane crash.
Yeah, airplane crash.
So yeah.
I thought they were over in Europe or something. I can't remember where, but I thought.
No, I thought it was they were on tour somewhere, and he was buzzing the campsite. So
yeah. Anyhow,
I think so Big Head, we're changing from Sunday because that's my family dinner night, and don't want to impede that. Also, Jason Guyman, all the respect for in the world, we don't want to impede on him, and we were kind of like leading in, so we're now switching to Mondays and Thursdays.
Thursdays before Guyman, and then. That way to be a lead off, you can go into Guyman from there.
Yeah. Thursday we'll actually probably cut off at 8, or 9, whatever. Yeah.
And then just for another quick mention, pro members at the huge convention, we're going to be limited to 50 seats, guys. So it'll be a first come, first serve. We'll put up a sign up for it, but 50 of the pro members will get to. Free class there at the huge convention in the end. And we'll see what happens there. That's going to be a fun time.
Somebody asked me a single malt. Yeah, it's McAllen 12. Actually, a pro member came by and gave that to me, a pro member here in Tallahassee. And
I'm old school.
So, I'm not one of these assholes that sit there. I've actually had 2 pro members in in Tallahassee bring me scotch. I mean, this isn't one of these things like we're like, oh, screw you all you other guys, and we just want to do this. I mean, we try to send out so many referrals and help to guys that it's not even funny. And
I've done so many job walkthroughs this past month. It's not even funny.
We're literally at this point, like, ironically, we're telling people like we can't take any more business on. It'll be September before we get to your job. I can't handle that, And it's like, hey, I have a pro member here in Tallahassee. Call them, Look at that. Look at Scott saying he's buying drinks for those 50 members. Look at that.
There you go.
That is my boy Scott.
And it's 2 for 1, so he's going to buy 2 rounds.
Oh, no.
That had to happen, right? Yes, Scott, I'm doing it for pro members. If pro members call me, I help walk them through jobs and get them pointed in the right direction. Yes.
Oh, that's cold.
You are so cold, man. You are cold.
What kind of a sellout would sell their business? Oh my God. I mean, seriously, who would sell their business and not watch anymore?
I think you got to be stupid to sell your business.
You really have. It's funny. I had a conversation with somebody recently
that sold their business.
No, they actually have not sold their business. And they were going, well, I don't know what. I had a conversation with somebody. He's like, well, if you get up to that $1 million level, you would.
I know where you're going. Sorry.
You'd just be an idiot to sell your business because, at that point, it's just a cash cow and you're just kicking off money. And why would you ever sell your business if you were making $1 million a year? First off, if you're grossing $1 million a year, you're not making $1 million a year. And, all the guys that understand this, just go with me down this rabbit hole for a second. You understand that whenever it's me on a trailer, I'm at 80%. I'm at 80%. Whenever I hire helpers, I would go down to 70%. Whenever I put a second trailer on there, I'm at 60%. Whenever I get a second truck and more people, I'm now at 40. When I get an office, I'm at 40%. Now I have an office manager and sorry, I'm looking at my fingers. I should just be manually moving them. Now I have non-income producing staff like an office manager or a shop manager. I'm at 30%. I'm at $1 million. Guys, trust me, and I know I'm sure they're exactly. Scott just said it. Once you get to $1 million freaking dollars, you're lucky if you're at 75%. You're lucky if you're at 80%. Scott, thank you, brother. Thank you. It's all economy of scale. And whenever you start adding on non-producing people, which I guarantee you will have to do after about $600,000 or $700,000.
And they're needed.
And when I say non-income producing people, I'm talking about the people that, not the technicians, but the guy that takes care of your trucks and fixes your machinery, the lady that answers your phones and sends her to the salespeople. I mean, those are non-income producing people. You're not making $1 million. And I've literally had, and Scott, this is directly to you, because you know exactly where I'm coming from. But I had some guy going, yeah, well, if you're making $1 million a year, you're just an idiot to sell because, it's just a cash machine. Bullshit. I'm sorry. You have no idea about the stress of $1 million business. And would you sell? You know what? I would not allow Scott to do the show because Scott, while being possibly the highest rated show ever, would piss everybody off. Because Scott's like one level, actually about 3 levels more intense than I am.
Well,
calms me down.
You know what?
Nobody calms Scott down.
We should put something up for a vote. We should look at and see. So, you got Scott and you got TJ.
Yeah.
And who's going to be the most blunt telling you?
They're really the same. They're really the same people with different business models. Scott and TJ, they really are. And you know what? And Scott is one of the smartest people I've ever met in my life. I mean, you guys just don't even understand. I mean, and while we're sitting here like bragging over, I did 200,000, I did 500,000. Meet this guy.
I don't know who this is.
I don't know who that is, but he's right. So why is it? I'm hitting it and you're hitting it. So
yeah, we're hitting it at the same time.
Stop hitting me.
You hit it. I'm hitting it. But it hit something else.
But no, it's true though. I mean, Scott's amazing. I mean, Scott is absolutely amazing. We might have helped Scott learn how to wash, but Scott has that business-minded, just amazingness, and if you learn that business-minded amazingness, you can take this little bull crap of should I charge $99? I don't know. No, how about you charge $5,000 a day?
Mm-hmm.
How about you prove yourself to be the most amazing person in the world? What Scott does for the University of Miami makes what I do for Florida State look because he's amazing.
There you go.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
And I will give deference.
Well, you know what? That's the one thing I can say is that we're not only blessed to have done what we've done. Yeah. We're also blessed to be surrounded with the people that we're surrounded with.
Absolutely.
We're blessed to have had the opportunity to mentor some of the people that we've mentored and help, certain people grow that are now helping us. I like what we're doing here.
I love it. I love it. You know what? If we can inspire somebody to do some little freaking thing, then you know what? Done our job. Because I guarantee you, I'm not gonna. That's why I sit there and say, I made $2,500 today. Because I guarantee you, Scott kicked my ass today. Scott Stone, not even Scott Torres. Scott Stone kicked my butt.
Scott Stone is out there. He's amazing.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, I have better.
That's the whole
better hair than most of them.
We sit here and look at this. I mean, the honest truth is, Ray and Doug's businesses are like ministries. Yeah. They really are.
Yeah.
And as you grow and you go and all that kind of thing, there's so much more out there. There's guys that are so much bigger than we are and so much smaller than we are and so much. And for me, I think it's a humbling thing. Number one,
it really is. It's very
number two.
Very humbling.
Knowing, this takes us back to getting on track a little bit of knowing your numbers, okay? Because knowing your numbers is going to help you with a couple things. Do you want to strive to hit that $1 million and be at that 20-30% profit range, or do you want to be at 500,000 and hitting maybe that 40% profit range, or do you want to be that one truck guy that's hitting the 80% profit range? You've got to take all of those. And the way you're going to know that is by knowing your numbers. You can sit there and look and say, okay, I'm scaling this business. This is what I did with one truck. And this is what I did with 2 trucks. This is what I did with 3 trucks. You can then gauge and say, you know what, I want to go back over here. Or you can say, I'm at 7 trucks and I'm doing this and I love it. you're not going to know where to be at without knowing what your numbers are.
Wow.
What?
So he
What
wants
did I
some
miss?
just for men. Actually, I think that's about you. That's the just for men for your birthday. Scott's not even ragging on my ass because he knows I'm bald. That's why I hadn't had the Rogaine comment yet.
What are we talking about? It's not my birthday.
Your hair. Your hair.
What about my hair? No, the only reason my hair looks like this is because I walked into a fire and it hasn't grown back. I mean, it's like it's not. It's I burned the whole front of my face right here, and my hair is just. But Jacob's always making fun of my hair. So look here, this will be. I'll sexy it all up for you.
But you're right. You're right about the numbers, though, and it's so important to understand. Because it's all about the risk and the know your numbers. Where does it work out for you? Because every level you go up, your profit comes down. And I promise you it's that way, and understand it. And that's
the bigger you get, the more, like he was saying, the more non-income producing people that you have to have. I kind of look at office people as income producing, though they're not. They're not income producing.
In some ways they are, in some ways they're not, depending on what they're doing. Mm-hmm. But, oh my God, Scott, you just made me totally lose my train of thought. But you're right, it is a big ass target. You got to see the target really back here, though. That's a really big one. I love getting old.
We're all getting old. Hey, it don't matter.
It is what it is. And I'll tell you what, whenever I started this business and before YouTube, I didn't have good hair then either. So
yeah,
it is the genes.
But you have a pretty smile. That's all that matters.
But that's what I love about this business. I understand anybody that sees this, anybody that's coming in at the very end. It's one of the things, Doug, you and I have talked about so many times. There is no playbook. There is no rule book. There is nothing that says, I've got to be $1.5 million company. I've got to be a $700,000 company. I've got to be $100,000 company. It's about what makes you happy.
And, along those lines, you have to keep in mind that you have to find what it is that makes you happy. And I can tell you right now, there are things going on in the background of my life that are things I don't like going on. And there are things that are very impactful in my life. In Ray, I want to point to Ray, but he's not over there. He's over there.
I'm over here. Oh, now you're still the wrong way.
So, I mean, he's got things going on in the background that some of y'all know, some of y'all don't probably. We both have some big things going on. And, some of it makes you happy. Some of it makes you sad. And you have to get to an understanding of where you want to be. And do you want to be at that level? If you do, great. Take it to that level. Take it there. Grow it. Go for it. There are great people along the way to help you get to that point. I think that we've done a great job of helping people get to that point.
I think we have.
That's why I guess for me, we don't make fun of the guy that's a single man on a truck.
Not at all. No. And you don't see us ragging on groups about, I'll rag on, not rag. I'll say, did you call the manufacturer specifications? Have you looked that up? Because I want anybody and everybody to be, I don't know what Scott's saying here, but I got to say it. More certainly to deal with. Bingo. Absolutely, Scott. I'm a fraction of your size, and the unicorns and rainbows shit out a long time ago. So,
yep. Anyhow, Ray, we've been at this almost an hour and a half.
I know. We've been almost.
I'm telling you what.
We've been out this a third of a bottle of Macallan too. So
I could keep on going. It's one of them things. But we have about 20 employees and was informed and asked to triple our size. And in our world, it's put up or shut up. Will make you have a heart attack. Scott, sometimes you need to learn how to type. Just saying. Just throwing it out there. I mean, you know.
Woo, triple.
Yeah.
Oof. That's tough. And Scott does amazing stuff already. Scott, he's. I couldn't imagine. You know what? And somebody said our life goal is provide a hand up. Yeah, it absolutely is. Could I profit from it? Yeah. You know what? Doug and I possess a certain knowledge that we do charge for. I'll unashamedly say that.
Mm-hmm.
But can we profit from it? Yeah, I've damn well earned it, And there's a lot of guys out there giving free advice. You know what? We say free advice, and let's talk about this for a second.
And some of the advice is good, and some of it's crap.
There's some of it's crap. There's also a lot of those Facebook forums and a lot of those YouTube forums. I did a video on this not too long ago, where there are people trying to sell you stuff. There are people, if you go into their links going, oh, here's how I became successful. I bought this 3.4 gallon a minute Simpson pressure washer, and I use this tip, and I use this soap, and they're all on Amazon referral links, and these guys are giving you free advice
to make $1. Well, not even $1.
Literally to pardon my French, to fuck you out of buying, shit equipment and shit stuff. So they make a $20 or $30 Amazon commission. Personally, calling bullshit. Sorry. I'll go up front right here. We want you to join Spray Wash Pro. Right?
Is the F word really French?
For unlawful carnal knowledge. I actually don't think it is. Yes, we want your money. Yes, I'll tell you what. You'll get your money's worth whenever you talk to us too. Mm-hmm. We're not trying to sit here and pigeonhole you into something going, oh, but if you buy this Simpson pressure washer, you'll be successful like me. No, what we'll do is say, here's what we've done. We've never promised somebody will be successful. Mm-hmm. I promise you'll know more about what manufacturer specs are. I promise you'll know more about how to protect plant and property if you take our classes. I promise you'll know more about government sales if you take our classes. I promise you'll know more about packages but I cannot guarantee your success if I promise to run Facebook ads for you for a fee.
I can guarantee you one thing, and that is the certifications that you get through the Spray Wash Academy are meaningless, pointless. They're pieces of junk paper if you don't do something with them. If you don't get off of your butt and do something with the knowledge that you learn, the things that we teach you, then it's pointless. It's purposeless. That you have no reason to pay us. We'll take your money, but it's pointless for you to get any sort of education, any sort of certifications, it's pointless for you to go out and do a good job. I mean, it really is. It's pointless. If you're not going to learn from it and execute upon it, it's pointless. It's all pointless.
Exactly. And maybe it might be inspiring you to take an idea to the next level. Scott, right there. I mean, we've never done what you've done, but I know Doug and I have inspired you. And I'm not taking credit for your success whatsoever. But you're exactly right. I mean,
get a commission. I think we should get a commission.
Huh?
I think we should get a commission,
shouldn't we?
The guy's making a killing. He should. I mean, a commission. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing it out there.
We should get a commission on this shit. Yeah, I agree. I like that.
Hey, Scott, I'm just going to tell you right now, the whole fish aquarium thing, we deserve a commission on.
Exactly.
I don't know
Keep
why.
one if he doesn't go in there and kill the fish,
Yeah.
No
guarantees, no Jacob deal.
Yeah. But again, we'll never sit there and promise you're going to be successful, because there are no promises in this life. But we're not trying to sell you something that we don't believe in or something that we have not done. Mm-hmm. And that's a big difference, I would say.
And we have talked about classes that we do not have the knowledge base in. And so as a great example, if you go on to our courses site, which is up there, You've got the Wizard of Wood, Everett Abrams, teaching his wood class. Because I guarantee you, if I teach you a wood class, that wood's going to be clean. It may not survive another week, but it'll be clean.
Well, that's one of the things that we're doing.
I can teach you the wrong way to do it.
We're actually the other instructors in this business believe in us enough to where they're putting their classes on Spray Wash Pro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've got Everett Abrams, the Wizard of Wood, is already on there. Michael Draper has his safety classes online. We've got a couple others that I'm not going to announce just yet, but Clatrick Park might be one of them. I mean, this is a name throw around kind of thing. Clatrick Park. How about that? We'll go with that one. So
I did a post earlier that I had an answer to somebody's post, and it was like it was a supermarket that might rhyme with public. Yeah. So Ryan is sitting here saying, thanks, guys. Took plant and property in PA, landed a $19,000 community job. Started today, 6 buildings down, 20 to go. Congratulations.
That is awesome, man. Congratulations.
Love to hear that. I love to hear that. That is amazing. And you know what? And understand, does plant and property, one of the things we say in that class, does it teach you how to make stuff safe? Yes. More importantly than any of teaching you how to make that stuff safe, does it teach you how to sell on making that stuff safe?
Exactly. There's more than just.
I hear it all the time. Whenever Tanya answers the phone, whenever she gets a call transferred over to her about selling, and Tanya laughingly calls me the order taker. Oh, and she'll she's like, here. Go take an order taker. Go.
Order boy,
go take an order. She's like, they're already sold. And you sit there and listen to them talk about what we do. A lot of guys go out there and just spray straight chlorine and don't care about your plants. They don't care about your window seals. Have you ever seen a property? Have you ever seen something with fogged windows? A lot of times that's caused by somebody with a pressure washer. And
one of the leading causes.
Literally, when you start selling in that way, it's amazing.
I was supposed to be looking for something and I couldn't find it, so I'll just leave it at that.
All right.
Well,
again, I'll sit there and say, you know what? First off, huge convention. If you're not signed up with a huge convention, sign up for the huge convention. You need to go. You need to go to the huge convention. I don't care if you sign up for Spray Wash Pro. I don't care anything. If you want to better yourself, better your business, better your everything, go to the huge convention. Please.
It'll be an amazing thing for you, an amazing thing for your business. I had a phone call today again. One of the guys I was talking with, and he's going to bring one of his, his business partner, and then his lead tech, and bring those key employees with you, bring those key partners with you, bring your spouse with you. You can't just look at the money side of it and say it's going to cost this much. It's going to cost me $1,500 or $2,500 to go. I mean, you got to look at the money. Yes, you got to do that. But you have no idea the impact that it can have on you, even if you don't take the spray wash classes. You notice we're not really pitching the spray wash classes that much. It's more about you and your learning and your growth and what you can do and what you're going to learn and the people you're going to rub elbows with. And, Scott Stone is one of those guys that might be there, and his business is amazing. You might get somebody that's doing 1 truck. You might get somebody that's doing 30 trucks. It's amazing what you'll get, and you'll have everybody in between. And I can't tell you how many people I've talked to that are in that. I have 2 trucks. I'm trying to get to 3.
Right.
2 trucks, I'm trying to get to 3. I'm at 2 trucks, I'm trying to get to 3. Man, you're not the only one alone in this trek
Absolutely.
That you're on to
and you'll meet people there with 20 trucks or 10 trucks who say, yeah, I remember that. Or you'll meet other guys there with 2 trucks going, yeah, here's what I'm doing. and I don't quite know what to do. Or you'll meet guys here like me with 4 trucks going, here's what I did, and it's amazing. It's really, it's such a revelry. It's so fun. And now if people wanted to actually, hold on, if you want to sign up for Pro, you go there. That's how you sign up for Pro. All of our classes.
And then Thursday we'll have the other link out for the.
I promise I will get that done. Let me add that to my freaking to-do list.
Yep.
I am so going to teach you how to update the website.
Oh yeah. I mean, I know.
Because you're retired. You're the guy that sold your. Hold on, wait. You're the guy that.
No, go ahead. I know where you're going. You're the guy that has the time to do this.
You're the guy that started from nothing.
Started behind the 8 ball.
Oh shit! I'm watching. You started from nothing. Damn it, wrong finger. You look at the cameras and it's. You started from nothing. Screw it. I'm just doing it. You started from nothing. You built it. You scaled it. And you sold it, right? You've got the 4 pillars. You got the 4 pillars. You started from nothing.
I got the J-Rod.
You built it. You scaled it. You sold it, right? Is that not the dream? Is that not the absolute dream right there?
It is.
It is. And congratulations, Doug.
I'm happy with where I'm at. Now, if we can only get somebody else to do the same.
An unemployed jackass that, if somebody else could do that, it would be amazing, wouldn't it?
That would be amazing. If
that
somebody
would be
else could do that.
Amazing if somebody else could do that.
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's others out there that are probably
Stop it.
I missed it. Uh-oh.
It's going to full screen right there. Okay, so wow, look at that. So from about 2014, we've done $5 million. Today we earned. Okay, I think I can go back here. Hi.
Yeah, there's some backyard shenanigans going on.
There really are. There's so many fun things going on.
Yeah.
And
the dream is alive. I'll say that.
You know what? Before and afters. I want to go back here to. Oh my God! I actually have a before and after. We've mentioned, and again, in Pro, this is one of these things in Pro. This has been out here in Pro for 6 months to possibly a year or so, right? I mean, this is the kind of things that we put out in Pro. People don't even realize it. I'm gonna go. I just found one. It's like, why should I join Pro? Because we've been talking about this for a long time. I just found one. So here's one that this actually had someone contact me. Hold on, let me share it. I actually made a friendship because I posted this in Pro. Somebody was a member and I did a car wash. And somebody said, oh my God, you know what? I do a lot of car washes. Not only do I do a lot of car washes, I could send you a lot of car washes. And I'm like literally going here on the fly as I'm sitting here showing this, So I built up a relationship with this person who's become a very good friend of mine. But again, we talk about these things in Spray Wash Pro. I mean, this is we don't just sit here and tease. I mean, this is kind of thing on the whole, discussion that you and I have whenever every day, literally you and I talk. I think almost every day. We just it's what we talk about with our members and say, hey, you need to do this, right?
That's why I say, I mean, I'm almost every day I'm doing either job walkthroughs or phone conversations on how to do, what to do, why to do, where to do. And it's not, the one thing that I really like is that it's to the point now where, we've got some new guys out there that need a little bit of extra hand holding and all that sort of thing. But, there's a lot of great guys out there that are really putting forth a lot of effort and a lot of money. And when I say money, I'm not talking about on pro classes and all that, but buying the right equipment. That's part of this thing too. In the very beginning that we were supposed to touch on, and that is, Ray and I, when we started out, we didn't have any money. Neither one of us.
Both of us started from very
freaking as broke can be, right? And so when you look at that and you say, because I've had a couple comments about charging for classes and that sort of thing, and we get it on both sides. And for me, I guarantee you that we invested, like the Proportioner, one of the best inventions to hit the market for our industry, along with the booster pump. But I mean, to me, the Proportioner is the investment.
Oh, you're going to get me started on something that I've been wanting to say.
And so for me, both of us, Ray and I both, when Tim came out with the Proportioner, and he was talking to me, I said, I want 2 right off the bat. I not even knowing, just knowing that in my mind that's exactly it. I want 2 right off the bat. I couldn't even afford them, and I'm like, give me 2. You have to invest in yourself, and you have to invest in your education, and you have to invest. You have to use that education and use that knowledge and experience that you're gaining in order to grow and to go where you want to go. Spit it out, Ray. You're over here. Squeeze it.
No.
You pop it like a pimple.
Okay. I've actually been thinking about this lately. I don't need to go down this rabbit. Where are we at? 141. Oh, God.
Yeah, we've been out there a long time.
We have been. Okay. You want to know the biggest problem with our industry? Can I tell you right now the biggest problem with our industry right now? People do not understand the history. People do not understand. I need to start this whenever I'm much more sober than I am right now. You know what? Come back Thursday.
And we'll talk.
Right now, Thursday, we're going to have this conversation.
Thursday
discussion. I'm going to say some stuff right now in my current state that I will offend the crap out of a lot of people. But Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern, let's have this conversation. And we're going to talk about the problems with the industry right now. So mark this down, Thursday, 8 p.m. and we'll talk about people selling and inventing out of their garage shit that's already been invented. But until then, here, I'm going to, let's go over here and talk. I just pulled this up on my thing because, Doug, this really actually pisses me off because I go over to all these, earlier we talked about these feeder groups or these click funnels that are just guys wanting to sell you shit. And all these new guys on Facebook come on there going, holy crap, that's an amazing idea. But they don't realize that amazing idea has been freaking invented for the past 5 or 6 years.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny about this picture, Ray?
What?
And I don't know if you remember this, but we were at a convention not too long ago. You know where I'm going with this?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like walking around and I see this exact picture on somebody's. So this is a, what was he? He was trying to sell a product. So he was he was a vendor there at the show, right. At this convention. He was a vendor and he had this before and after. And I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait. What? You think?
Yeah, so I know whose picture that is.
Here's one of the things that I wanted to pull this up, like what we're talking about tonight. We got in here, and again, understand, Spray Wash Pro members have known this for about the past 2 years or so, because I've shown this a long time ago in Spray Wash Pro. Your portfolio have a commercial washing portfolio. And you see what this says right up here at the top. It says, hold on, I'm trying to get my mouse over here. Spray wash exterior cleaning portfolio. So when someone talks to us about exterior cleaning, this PDF portfolio
is sent to them. Do
you think they might be impressed whenever I sit there and send them something like this? Because I've got these before and afters, and I'm not only hitting just exterior clean, I'm doing roof cleaning. Wow, look at the tile roof cleaning right here. It's amazing. Hold on, Florida State University. Oh wait, hold on. We've got water scale right here. I've got an old antique building here that was built in the 1920s. I've actually got the Department of Environmental Protection. Is that not a good one to have on your whole resume? I've got the FSU track, Ruby Diamond Auditorium. But it's little things like that. I mean, get these, make yourself a portfolio.
Ray, let me ask you something.
Yeah.
When you started, how many pictures did you have in your portfolio when you very first started?
None.
Okay, so you had none when you started, and now you've got like several million, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the point here is that you're not going to start off with all the photos that you need. You have to build that portfolio, and you can't sit there and look at our portfolios and go, oh wow, that's that. And even stealing people's pictures and putting them out there as your own. First of all, there's lots of guys that get caught at that because there's so many guys that now with Facebook and all that we know each other, right? And we know each other's pictures and things. So it's harder to do, number one. But number two, using pictures that aren't even from your area, people are smart enough to figure some of that out. And I think it kind of hurts you in business, and use the power of lack of knowledge even into your advantage to say it is okay to say, hey, I am newer, but I'm getting the proper education.
There's so many people that will actually love to work with you. If you sit there and say, you know what, if you're sincere and say, I'm very new at this, I have learned from the best. I sit there and dedicate myself to this craft every day learning. Yeah. And they'll actually, people want to help people. At least the customers that you want. The customers that you want to help people. Mm-hmm. The customers that want the $99 guy, they're not your customers. Please understand that. Please.
All right, Ray.
What? Sorry, I'm getting spun up.
We're at an hour 45. I could go on all night.
I could too, but you know what? Damn it, I'll drink. I got to drive home, so.
Yeah, there you go. Anyhow. All right, back at it. So the huge convention, don't forget, just throwing it out there one more time. Next Thursday, we're going to talk about some other stuff. And that, we'll talk about the huge convention. We'll have the sign-up form online so that you can sign up for the plant and property protection class at the huge convention, which will also get you the online class, which will also get you the government sales class. So you'll get a 3-fer, if you would, for the price of one. Pro members definitely will always get their 50% off of the Spray Wash branded classes.
And also keep in mind, Doug, we are always, we are always updating the online plant and property class every time we get new information, whatever. So that is static. That's always getting updated. Oh, stop yawning.
Hey,
right, I'm putting Doug to sleep.
I yawn all the time. I'm getting fat and old. What do you expect?
Guys, thank y'all so much for your time. We appreciate y'all's time and listening. And we're out. See y'all.
Peace.
Bye.